Tribulations. It's Mia. In case you missed anything, I'm gonna fill you in on this case. I shot this girl's testimony through the heart. You could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court.
But that's not the only shot she was in.
Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's your own witness.
Why did you do it?
This trial isn't over yet, and it continues today on Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Next! Mr. Fawles,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I want to say thanks. You real good. You really hooked me up.
Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime.
Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past.
Obstacle?
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill the policewoman anyways?
Motive, huh?
Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information, right.
What we need most is info about Miss Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. One more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing! I ain't got nobody! I am alive!
Mr. Fawles, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute.
So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years.
Sorry, buddy, but you're the one that sounds like you could fall apart at any minute.
It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name.
Dahlia Hawthorne. Valerie's little sister.
What? Are you serious?
The girl. Let her go.
Shut up! Come closer, and I kill her!
Sorry, but you're not gonna get the chance.
The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it.
Wrong.
Don't protect sister! Valerie betrayed me! Betray us!
What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia. My girlfriend. My love. My teen angel.
Ugh. Did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen too many soap operas.
I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia, And Valerie, too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We gave one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send to her dad. Ask for $2 million diamond. Tell her make exchange at Dusky Bridge. We tell her Valerie make transfer. Cause she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket's a useful thing, alright. In the end, you are planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh? Yeah, but that woman! That woman! Valerie! She do it for real! She stood at me for real! Me and Dahlia!
I was shot it on. Dahlia should jump in river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up. Police all over.
And that's when they decide to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Fawles, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years, all I wonder is, why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from her yourself.
Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth. That's all.
So that's why. That's why you made a crazy escape like that.
Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Fawles, where is it?
Huh? Where's what?
Come on now, kitten. The ransom, the $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really, I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day on the bridge. Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone. With Dahlia. Gone forever. In Eagle River.
It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute.
You can come back in now. We're about ready to go.
Mr. Fawles, just one more question. When you said, with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her.
Swallowed by river. God. Dahlia. My teen angel.
Teen angel. How old was she anyways?
Just 14.
14? I guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds.
She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man oh man, angels these days.
Fawles takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really?
It's time now, kid. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet.
The training wheels are off now, Mia. You gotta strike while the iron is caliente. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
Got it. Like, don't put salt in your coffee, especially if you have hypertension.
Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Fawles. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again.
I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Fay, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Because her motive, yes, of course. I think.
You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is somebody who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted into knots is a mark of a pro.
Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that.
Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Well, of course. Mr. Judge is ready any time you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady.
It looks like this witness is a real professional.
What do you mean?
Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up.
Very well then. Let's hear what the witness has to say.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago. Or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Out of the country, eh?
Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder.
Indeed.
You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
I think he's calling you a pussy. No! Oh, still got it.
You bet. Somehow, I have to tie her to this case. And here we go. Well, if she was out of the country... Hold it! You knew about that incident? But weren't you out of the country until the year before last?
Well, I saw a report about the escaped convict on the news. They had an in-depth report about his whole history.
So you were still living abroad 5 years ago, is that right?
Yes.
I can't let her get away with these lies!
Listen to me. She's neck deep in this whole thing. Somehow, you're just going to have to get her to show the court her true self.
So she says she saw it while she was abroad. Oh God, look how pink that diamond is. Is everything related to this case going to be pink? I'm so sick of it. Well, at least that scarf is blue. Focus, here we go. I'm not gonna get anywhere presenting evidence or touching that ugly pink camera again. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway?
I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing.
You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to.
Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess.
Didn't know you were such a goth or a monk. By the way, what's the name of your college?
Objection! The prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent.
Thank you. She's really gone too far.
Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here.
I hardly said anything! Talk about sensitive. Yeesh. I'm gonna press her harder anyway. Hold it! So, what country were you living in then?
We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed...
It was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone.
I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification.
What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Oh, you bet. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in?
Objection! Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has any connection to this case.
I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Fawles or Detective Hawthorne.
Yes, I think we've established that point.
Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you've just stated to the official testimony?
Yes, please, Mr. Judge.
Oh, she called me Mr. Judge.
Oh, Mr. Judge. Oh, good God. Not time for evidence. I'm almost positive we can tie her into Dahlia. Everybody's picture won't help me. Hold it! You didn't know either person? Are you certain of that?
Yes. I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people.
Oh well, that can't be helped.
Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth?
The first time you saw either of them was when they were on the bridge, correct?
Yes, it really was a coincidence.
I'm not getting any help from Judge McBeardy over there. Hold it! Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car.
Well, that's...
Unfortunately, Miss Fay, your last statement proves nothing.
Oh, really? And why is that?
The witness came to the police station once to identify the subject. It's entirely possible that, at that time, an officer showed her this photo.
That seems like a rather serious mistake.
Huh, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book.
That's not fair!
that wicked inmate. I'll never be able to forget that horrible day.
Although, what is my basis for comparison? Hold it! A grudge?
Well, the police woman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
Objection! My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those
He
charges.
seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot about the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Fawles is kind of forgetful, but... You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a better man.
This is bad. Mr. Fawles' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer, and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove that point.
No, that's not why I...
Gavel! Enough! Witness, if you would.
My pleasure, Mr. Judge.
Ugh. Well, at least we've got her now. Objection! Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
Ah, you were talking about the scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing.
I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me.
Oh.
Objection! Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Objection! Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... right over here. Take that! Witness, have you ever seen this note?
Note? No, never.
It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have.
I wonder about that.
What do you mean?
This note shows Mr. Fawles' instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf. Gah!
Witness, you knew what this note said. There's no other possible reason for you to mistake the scarf's color. Well, Miss Foster?
No!
Feel the wind of justice.
Gavel, gavel, gavel. Order, order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public.
And yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people who knew were quite limited. Terry Fawles is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Did you say one more person?
That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was none other than... Gumshoe! Psych! Take that! And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there.
What's this? So who is this person, this Dahlia Hawthorne?
Miss Fay must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
Dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Fawles.
Objection! You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
Objection! She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
Objection! But the fact remains that her body was never recovered.
Let's Stop Project.